This time last year, I was sat where you are now, wondering what mindfulness was all about. I was at a point in my life when I had more questions than answers. Evan had been poorly for some time, and having undergone scans, operations and copious amounts of medication, his health still did not improve. It was a last-minute decision for me to attend the mindfulness event at the cathedral last year. I sat and listened to other people's incredible stories and how they overcame many adversities thanks to regular mindfulness practice and the support from the team at the Flame. I was so inspired that I contacted the Flame the next day to see if I could bring Evan to mindfulness, as I felt I had exhausted all other options. From that moment onwards, life began to change. As Evan's health improved, I realised just how much I was benefiting from a regular practice. As our journey evolved, we set time daily to practice, and we started to notice our minds calming. We used mantras and breathing meditations to help calm the mind, and we used the body scan to really help locate sensations within the body. This in particular has helped in physical and emotional healing processes. Through this process, Evan has been able to identify some of his health concerns and actually get to the root cause. Not because the doctor has told him what's wrong, or as a mum I've told him what to do, but because he has had space and time and the good knowledge and guidance to heal himself. I believe everyone has this ability within them. You just have to listen to the whispers before they turn into screams. Over time, I noticed a stronger synchronicity between myself and Evan, and how we were able to connect in such a way that Evan was able to share with ease his worries and concerns, and we faced them together, step by step. Earlier this year, Evan wanted to share some difficulties he was experiencing at school. I believe this was only possible because he knew I was in a more balanced place, where I wouldn't crumble at the thought of his pain, and at the same time I would not overreact or make life difficult for him. Evan used mindfulness techniques to confront issues he had been finding incredibly challenging. He had learnt to see his thoughts for what they are, not get caught up in fears of the future or dwell on negative past events. Slowly his confidence grew, and Evan began to recognise that he was stronger and more capable of things than he had ever been before. The experience had such an impact on us that most recently Evan told his school about mindfulness and how it has benefited us both. Only last term, Evan was teaching his teacher about the body scan. I can just imagine him, a 10-year-old boy, teaching his teacher how to be in the present moment. As well as receiving an outstanding school report this year, Evan has also been awarded Deputy Head Boy as well as the Pupil's Pupil Award, which is further evidence of his belief and confidence in himself that he so recently discovered. Amongst the many changes I have noticed in Evan is how clearly he sees other people's distress and pain and instinctively knows what to do about it. Firstly, to relieve their pain, but then to empower them to move forward from their distress. I'm so proud of everything he's overcome. He's amazing. For me, my mindfulness practice has enabled me to really listen to what is going on inside me and to tolerate sensations that are uncomfortable. I have discovered where my inner conflicts lay for many years, where the civil war has been continually activated and fueled by thoughts of who I should be, battling against who I actually am. This finding has enabled me to accept who I truly am, and it has facilitated great strength and stability from within. Knowing that this foundation is strong and can be built upon helps as my journey continues to progress. When you no longer need the approval of others or the need to justify every action you take, this is when the real peace begins to flourish. But this has not been an easy journey, I have to be honest. I thought mindfulness was a bit of quiet time to sit and relax, and for some people it is, but for me my journey wasn't that simple. As I began to really pay attention to what was happening within, I heard my critical voice and I began to question its origin. I felt strong sensations of anger, resentment, anxiety, worry, fear. I went to the deepest parts of my soul to unearth the root cause of my pain and discomfort. There were times when I thought I'm better off not knowing, ignorance is bliss. As I forged my way through those uncomfortable emotions, it was like being presented with a mirror of everything I had tried to avoid my whole life, things I had nice and neatly buried away because they were too awful to face. I stayed with the process and I began to see life in a new perspective. I felt more engaged with the world around me, more connected and more in control of my life. I found boundaries and compassion for myself that I never knew existed. I am now at a place where I can let go of the past. I no longer need the approval from others to move forward. I've let go of old belief systems, negative relationships, and self-doubt. I have made room for like-minded people, new concepts, and inner growth. Mindfulness has brought me to a place of inner peace, where my happiness no longer resides with anyone or anything else other than myself. There is a real feeling of coming home, where there is no conflict, only peaceful agreement. The mindfulness group which we attend weekly at the centre is incredible. Group meditation is very powerful, and the nurturing aspect of the group means we have always been supported and guided with total acceptance. I truly believe this journey would not be possible without a fantastic team of experts to offer such great knowledge and expertise. It is a total privilege to have met some incredible people who were strangers a year ago, but who are now a part of our lives in the most significant of ways. The flame not only opened their arms and hearts to us, but they provided us place to explore who we truly are as individuals. The team go out of their way to offer a safe place that is welcoming and full of kindness and generosity. I feel so incredibly lucky to have made it to the cathedral on that beautiful sunny evening in September last year, and to have found some extraordinary people. I feel truly blessed and eternally grateful. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Evan, and I'm going to be sharing with you a mindfulness poem that I have written. I went to mindfulness in a lot of pain. Over time, the benefits were gained. A year ago, I had an MRI scan. I just felt like that was one big scam. The doctors operated and gave me advice, but in the end, I had to think twice. I went to the flame, I met the team. Over time, life was a dream. The people there are loving and kind. It helps me to be kind in my mind. It helps me to be calm in my mind. With mindfulness, my headaches couldn't win. All the medication went in the bin. I devoted my time to breathe and body scan, which helped over the time as I stuck to the plan. The symptoms and pain reduced in the main, thanks to the strategies I have gained. I do mindfulness every day. It helps me to relax and be okay. Since doing mindfulness, I've become more neat. I've even decided to eat less meat. I now tell my family and teachers too to be mindful in all that they do. Thanks to the flame, I found the cause of my pain. I feel brand new and happy again. One day, my mum said to me, "Remember to eat your banana." I just ignored her, as I wasn't hungry then. Later that morning I said, "Mum, I'm hungry." She said, "You should have eaten your banana then." To which I replied, "I wasn't hungry then, Mum. We have to be in the moment." I have to remind my mum about being in the moment, as she often forgets. The worry about the future and stress about the past, when really, all they have to do is just be in the moment.
Well done, you. You did really well.